Hi everybody, this week on A9 News Kids, I'm going to be talking about Russia firing missiles in Ukraine, the truck accident with smuggling, India banning single-use plastic, and the tourist fee in some countries. The country of the week is Bolivia, and the extra fun segment is all about fun facts in Wimbledon. The Mandarin segment is all about a few verbs that are really commonly used, and we are interviewing Mr. Viken this week, who works with schools and students and really helps them. I really hope you enjoy because it's an amazing journey, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment below. Thank you. Russia has fired dozens of missiles in Ukraine's region in the past week. In the southern Odessa region, Russia fired a missile and that killed more than 21 people. In a separate place, in a resort, 5 other people were killed, and another city, 16 others and many more were injured. Russia claims that they are not attacking civilians, but they're only attacking the infrastructure and the military bases of Ukraine. But they are attacking places like apartments, so Ukraine says that their claim is false. Russia also let go of Snake Island, which is a tiny little outcrop island that they seized on their first day of the invasion. They said that letting go of it was a goodwill gesture, and they were just helping Ukraine by not blocking the grain exports. But Ukraine doesn't think so. On a road in Texas, a truck packed with migrants was abandoned and more than 50 people died because of the heat and the terrible temperatures. The people inside were Mexican migrants and they all died because they were abandoned in this truck and they were really close together. The temperatures there were from 35 degrees to 39 degrees Celsius, and the alleged driver said that he didn't know the AC was off. This was the biggest U.S. smuggling incident in U.S. history. India imposed a ban on single-use plastic on Friday to combat the pollution problem in the country. Every year in India, more than 14 million tons of plastic is used, and there's no proper system for recycling, which is why there's a lot of littering there. Now, single-use items that have plastic like straws and earbuds are banned. Many big companies like PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Amul and Parle have requested that straws should not be banned. Many plastic manufacturers have also complained that there was not enough time to prepare for this, and some experts think that it won't be possible and this will be a failure. A couple of countries have introduced a travel entrance fee for tourists. For example, in Venice, starting from January 16, 2023, there will be an entrance fee of up to 10 euros to enter. Venice is Italy's most popular city for tourism, and the price is not fixed yet, but to enter, as from 16 January 2023, there will be a price to pay from either 3 euros to 10 euros. The price will change depending on how many tourists enter. But it's not for everyone. Residents and disabled people, as well as children under 6, will not have to pay, and people visiting for health reasons, visiting family members, or sports events will not have to pay either. Even in Bhutan, a country in Asia, there is a new entrance fee from $65 to $200 per night for tourists. They're going to be opening in September after a 2-year COVID-19 break. And that's why this fee is there to revive the economy as well as to offset the tourist carbon impact. Hi everybody, this week for the interview, we're interviewing Mr. Viken. He helps with creating non-formal education impact, and he's an amazing person with a great journey and great advice. I really hope you learn something from him and enjoy.
So my name is Koomaren Viken Vadeevaloo. I'm in the non-profit sector for the past 20 years. Now I'm the executive director of ANFEN, the Adolescent Non-Formal Education Network. It's a network of non-profits. We are around 18 over the island of Mauritius and Rodrigues. And what we do, we take care of school dropouts. Those students who have not been able to complete the elementary schooling because that kind of system is not appropriate for them, is not helping them, not serving them. And so what happens, unfortunately, they drop out, and then we take care of them. So at the age of 12, they would come to our institutions, and some would stay until the age of 18. Might happen. So my job as an executive director is to make sure that we get the funds, that we are running the projects properly, that we are adjusting the projects, that we are evaluating them, and of course to report to funders and to discuss with funders or to discuss with government and other bodies, so that we ensure that the services we're giving to our students are the best. Wow. In a nutshell, this is what I do.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And can you tell us in more detail what you do in your daily job?
On a daily basis, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I do, normally I attend the board meetings where we report and we decide about the planning, whatever we're going to do, the projects, and the decisions are taken. And my role is to work with my team so that we can implement them. So daily job is mainly on emails, phone calls, meeting people, meeting the staff, meeting the colleagues, ensure that they have all the resources to do the job they are doing. And an organization like us, it involves a lot of people. So we have several departments. We have one specialized in pedagogy, and the second one is specialized in psychosocial. So we got to make sure that the people are being paid or their job, and they're reporting about what they're doing. And of course, we ensure that things are being evaluated or monitored, so that we can, of course, based on the feedbacks, based on the demands, we can give a service.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. And you said you've been in this nonprofit sector for over 20 years. Could you describe a bit of your journey so far and how you ended up where you are right now?
That's a very interesting story. So where I live in an underprivileged area. I've been born and raised there. And what is interesting is that in the year 2000, 70% of the students were not passing elementary schooling. So at that time, it was a big social issue. And there has been a riot in 1999. The riot was all over the country. And then some social actors would, they have commanded a social research about what was happening. They noticed that 70% were not passing elementary schooling, and then they understood that it has exacerbated the problem. It means that there was something to do to teach students that were out of school, that were dropped out. So they started with the complementary school in year 2000. That was with the Catholic Church. And the interesting story is that I started there as a student, and I was at high school at the time. And then I decided, after my school certificate, I decided to become a volunteer there. So I started volunteering in 2002. So it's 20 years exactly
Yeah.
down the line.
Wow.
So I started mainly because I wanted to give my time so that we can teach students in underprivileged areas, because I noticed that what was happening with my own story. So I was definitely not the best student at school, but
Yeah.
I knew that I had a potential. And on the other hand, I realized that the educational system was adding a lot of pressure on a student like me, because it was saying that you need to score above 90%. Then
Yeah.
they can show you a kind of respect. This has been a bit my story, and then it has been very hard. And
Yeah.
and then I noticed that my friends living in the same area like me were having more difficulties to make it.
Yeah.
I started to interrogate myself why, and I understood that poverty conditions was impacting the education. And of course, it was easy for society to judge them and to say that you're not making it because you're not making the effort, not understanding their realities, not understanding where they come from, not understanding their capabilities.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided to start that journey. I wanted to be a game changer, and I was very young at that time, and I was surrounded by leaders. So the founders of the programs were there, and I was amazed by the excellent job they were doing, because I noticed that they had impact on the lives of people,
Yeah.
especially those who were unfortunate, who were living in undeserving conditions, and of course who had a potential which was unfortunately uncovered. So that was a bit my
Story.
calling
Yeah.
Wow.
to go and to help to unleash that potential. And
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
let me
That's
admit,
interesting because that was also your story.
and I just want to admit that while diving into it so that I go and help people to unleash their potential, I ended up unleashing mine.
Wow.
Wow. And what do you enjoy the most about what you do?
The thing I enjoy the most is the people around me. I'm surrounded by noble souls who work overtime every day, who want to give the time so that they can make a difference in the work we're doing. So I'm very amazed by the human story, by the human adventure around the job we're doing. And yes, this is something I really love. And of course, when you see that the programs we're doing and we can adjust them so that we can be more impactful, this is very, very exciting, because you do something, sometimes you can see the flaws and you're like, let me adjust that. And then you get more results. And this is what makes me, it keeps us going, you know?
Oh, wow.
Wow. And how did COVID-19 affect what you do?
COVID-19 has been a troublemaker.
Yeah.
So what happened? There were two effects. Let me start by the positive one. The positive effect COVID-19 had on our organization, it pushed us to be more on technology, to make use of technology to be able to reach out our students. 30% of our students, we had at the time 1,200 students, and 30% of them were able to connect, and that was great. And we had been running, online classes with them. So COVID-19 has been a game changer in that sense, so that we can improve the way we are teaching and monitoring the teachers who are teaching in their schools. That was amazing. Of course, there has been some negative impact. We noticed that a part of our system was run with freelance people.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a job, like they wanted on part-time or they wanted on our payroll. We ended up noticed that these people during COVID-19 were not supported, because when they don't work, they are not paid. So it had a big impact, a huge impact on their finance. And of course, they have opted for professional reorientation, which big problem because we lost them. So we have been losing a part of our human resource, technical people in psychology. So This was revealing, and we were like, no, we really have to do something. And it forced us to take some mitigating measures, like requesting for more money so that we can employ them on a part-time basis, if not on a full-time basis. Now we can pay them when schools are closed, during holidays, and give them an of-year bonus. Of course, we have to be responsible in what we're doing. So if we are employing them, we're giving them more tasks to do, and encouraging them to be more with us and spending time more in their own training and development. So you see, it's going to cost us more money, but this is the way it is. We cannot run a system when the main players are suffering themselves in a system. We want to bring more justice. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. And finally, what advice do you have for kids?
Oh, that's a very tough question. I'm not too sure if I can give them advice, but let me share something. I think everyone has his own story. And in life, whatever you like, you really have to pursue that. And whatever you dislike or you're not agreeable to, be a leader and be a game changer. Invest your time, invest your energy to create a better world. How can you do that? Start small, start where you are, and start with your own story. Because when you feel something is bad, of course, it will drive you so that you can make things happen, because you're going to be purpose driven, and you're going to be very authentic in your approach, in your journey, and in whatever you're going to do. So,
Wow.
if I can share.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time today. It was absolutely amazing.
We loved it.
Thank you for your time.
My joy. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to share this words with you.
It was great meeting you.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
And a great week ahead.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you.
La Bolivie est un pays situé en Amérique du Sud. Sa capitale est Sucre et sa population est de 11 millions d'habitants. La Bolivie est le pays le plus élevé en Amérique du Sud. Et la Bolivie a le plus haut forêt du monde. La cordillère des Andes est une partie de Bolivie. La Bolivie abrite le plus grand salaire du monde et le plus dangereux route du monde. La Bolivie faisait partie de l'Empire de Inca. Merci. This week for the extra fun segment, I'm going to be telling you some fun facts about Wimbledon. I hope you enjoy. Wimbledon is the oldest tennis tournament in the world. The oldest Wimbledon tournament was in 1877. Tennis was invented in the UK by Walter Clopland Wingfield. Around 54,250 balls are used in the Wimbledon tournament. Wimbledon rules state that all players playing must be wearing mostly white. Wimbledon is the only Grand Slam event played on grass courts. The longest match ever played at Wimbledon took place in 2010. It was played over the course of 3 days and the entire thing took 11 hours and 5 minutes. Thank you so much, and I really hope you enjoyed these facts about Wimbledon. This week for the Mandarin segment, you're going to be learning a few verbs in Mandarin. I really hope you enjoy. So, we're going to be learning the verbs I am, I like, I love, I am cold, and I eat. I really hope you enjoy. So, do you remember how to say I? It's 我. Now, how do you say I am? We learned this. 我是. Remember how we said 我是印度人 or 我是法国人, which country I am from? So, that is I am, 我是. How to say I am called? This is how to say my name is 我叫, and that's the exact same thing. 我叫 Nitya. I am called Nitya. 我叫. And how do you say like and love? Like is also really easy. 喜欢. 我喜欢. 我喜欢. For example, if I wanted to say I like China, 我喜欢中国. If you remember, we learned 中国 is China. How do you say I love? 我爱. That's simple. I. 我爱中国. I love China. Now, the last one. How do you say I eat? Eat is also really simple. 吃. 我吃. 我吃. So those are 5 simple verbs that we use a lot in Chinese. I really hope you enjoyed. 再见.